Did you know that the average American household spends nearly $61,000 a year? That's a staggering amount. Yet, many people feel like they're living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, according to a recent survey, almost 40% of Americans say they would struggle to cover a $400 emergency expense. This is a wake-up call for us all. But what if I told you that living well doesn't have to cost a fortune? You can achieve a rich, fulfilling life without overspending or feeling deprived. Frugal living isn't about skimping on happiness, it's about making smart choices that free up your money for what truly matters. In this video, we'll explore practical strategies to help you live frugally while still enjoying life's little luxuries. You'll learn how to redefine your spending priorities, discover low-cost indulgences, and tap into your community's resources. Whether it's through mindful spending, clever swaps, or creative DIY projects, you'll find ways to save without sacrificing joy. Get ready to change your perspective on money and start your journey toward a richer, more fulfilling life without the financial stress. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Mindful Money Makeover. Redefining your financial priorities. If you're trying to live frugally without feeling deprived, the first step is simple. Know what actually matters to you. We often spend without realizing where our money goes. According to a study by the Motley Fool, the average American spends over $1,500 a year on impulse buys alone. This means we might be spending on things that don't align with our true priorities. Instead of trying to cut costs across the board, try conducting a spending reflection. Take a week and track everything you buy. Afterward, ask yourself, did those purchases bring real joy or value to your life? If not, you can likely cut them out without feeling like you're missing something. Author Vicki Robin, in her book Your Money or Your Life, encourages readers to think of spending in terms of life energy. How many hours did you work to afford that new gadget or subscription service? Is it really worth the trade-off? When you start thinking of your money in this way, it becomes easier to prioritize what matters. A good rule of thumb is the 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of your spending that brings 80% of your happiness. For example, if you love coffee, don't cut it out completely, just find a way to enjoy it smarter. Maybe that means brewing at home instead of hitting up Starbucks every morning. This shift in perspective makes it easier to cut unnecessary expenses without feeling like you're depriving yourself of things you love. Chapter 2. Savoring Simplicity. The art of low-cost luxury. Living frugally doesn't mean giving up all life's little luxuries. It's about finding ways to indulge without emptying your wallet. A 2022 study found that 76% of Americans regularly experience financial stress, but simple luxuries, like self-care, can help ease that. You don't have to spend big to treat yourself. Start with your environment. Your home can be a place of comfort and relaxation without expensive decor. Research shows that decluttering your space can boost happiness levels by 60%. Try rearranging furniture or adding a few personal touches like DIY candles or plants. These small changes can make a room feel fresh without spending a fortune. Another low-cost luxury? Cooking at home. Did you know the average meal at a restaurant costs about $13, while a home-cooked meal averages just $4 per person? Plus, making meals from scratch can feel like a treat. Experiment with new recipes or recreate a restaurant favorite. You'll save money and still enjoy a delicious, fulfilling experience. And don't forget about free entertainment. Instead of paying for concerts or shows, check out local events. Many cities offer free outdoor concerts, film screenings, or art exhibitions. These experiences can be just as enriching as paid ones, and often, they're even more memorable. Chapter 3. Frugal Finesse. Elevating your DIY game. DIY is not just a way to save money, it's also a fun and creative outlet. The best part? You get to make things exactly how you want them. Statistics show that DIY projects can save you up to 50% compared to store-bought items. But more than the savings, DIY helps you build a deeper connection to the things you own. Start with small, manageable projects. For example, instead of buying expensive home decor, try making your own wall art or refurbishing thrift store furniture. Not only will you save money, but you'll also have something that reflects your personal style. Pinterest is a great resource for ideas, and you can find hundreds of step-by-step tutorials online. Another area where DIY shines is gifts. A thoughtful, handmade gift is often more appreciated than something bought in a store. A study by Psychology Today shows that people value personalized gifts because of the effort behind them, and they're more memorable. Think homemade candles, bath bombs, or even a customized photo album. These gifts are easy to make, cost-effective, and deeply personal. Don't forget about repairs. Instead of immediately replacing things, look into DIY fixes. According to a 2021 survey, Americans spend around $500 a year on unnecessary replacements for items that could have been repaired. YouTube is filled with tutorials that can guide you through everything from fixing a leaky faucet to mending a torn jacket. If you enjoyed these tips, consider subscribing for more insights on frugal living. Join our community to learn more about how to live well without breaking the bank. Chapter 4. The Subscription Purge. Unsubscribe to save and thrive. One of the sneakiest ways we lose money is through subscriptions we barely use. In fact, research shows that the average person spends around $273 a month on subscription services. That's over $3,200 a year. The problem is, most people don't even realize how many subscriptions they're paying for. Start by doing a subscription audit. Go through your bank statements or App Store purchases and look for anything that charges you monthly or annually. You might be surprised by what you find. Maybe it's a magazine you no longer read, a fitness app you rarely use, or even that extra streaming service you forgot about. Once you have a list, ask yourself, do I really need all these? Most of the time, the answer is no. You can unsubscribe from most of these services without any impact on your quality of life. For example, if you're only using Netflix, do you really need Hulu, Disney Plus, and HBO Max as well? Pick the one or two you use the most, and let the others go. And here's a frugal tip. Many services offer free trials or discounts if you threaten to cancel. A simple email or chat with customer service can sometimes get you a lower rate. According to the Wall Street Journal, 65% of people who try to cancel subscriptions end up being offered a discount to stay. It's worth trying. Finally, look for free alternatives. For instance, instead of paying for an audiobook service, check out free options like Libby, where you can borrow audiobooks from your local library. You'll be surprised at how much you can enjoy without the ongoing cost. Chapter 5. Smart Swaps. The power of frugal flexibility. Living frugally is all about making smart swaps in your everyday life. The key here is flexibility. Small changes can add up to big savings without making you feel deprived. According to NerdWallet, Americans waste up to 10% of their disposable income on name-brand items when generic options are often just as good. Let's start with grocery shopping. One simple swap is choosing store-brand products instead of big-name brands. Studies show that store brands can save you up to 30% on groceries. The funny thing is, many store-brand items are made by the same companies as the name-brand ones. So, you're really getting the same product for less. Another smart swap is energy use at home. Did you know that simply turning down your thermostat by 1 degree can save up to 3% on your heating bill? Small adjustments like this can make a huge difference over time. Use energy-efficient light bulbs, unplug electronics when not in use, and take shorter showers. These little things can save you hundreds of dollars each year. For entertainment, try swapping out paid experiences for free or cheaper alternatives. Instead of going to the movies, host a movie night at home. Pop some popcorn, invite friends, and make it an event. You'll still have fun, but you'll keep your wallet happy too. Lastly, swap out costly habits with budget-friendly ones. If you're a coffee lover, consider brewing your own coffee at home. A 2022 survey found that the average American spends around $1,100 a year on coffee, most of that from cafes. Brewing at home can cut that cost by more than half, and you can experiment with different beans and flavors to make it feel like a treat. If you found these strategies helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on living well without the financial strain. Join our community for ongoing insights and support as you navigate your frugal living journey.